Hey, this is Natalie from Catapult, and you can't get much more professional than doing a video in your car, right? So obviously the title of this live is how to become more professional in your business. And then if you notice the icon or the emojis that I put out were a little bit of a wink wink, nudge nudge to say to you, of course I'm going to call bullshit on this. And I see it with my clients who are, you know, usually leaders in their field. So maybe they don't even know that they're a leader in their field, but they know that they're here for bigger things. And my clients are a direct representation or an extension of me. So as I go up, they go up, and I attract a certain client, which is very cool. I work very hard on repelling who doesn't like me and attracting the people who need to hear my message and my delivery. Now, I've been in some pretty large corporate roles, and of course I've had to watch my P's and my Q's, and I've had to dress in particular ways to be more professional. That doesn't mean that I have changed my delivery or my approach, because that is usually what you've been hired for in those jobs, right? Is your execution. But sometimes what can happen is we come into our businesses and we can hit a certain level, or we're just starting out and we think we have to be more professional. And if anything, that causes a lot of inaction, because you get quite paralyzed about who you have to be and who you're showing up for and how you do it. And you overthink it and you end up not showing up anywhere. And then we know that with marketing and getting your message out there and attracting and converting, you need to be showing up consistently in your business and delivering a message. So if you're spending your whole time worried about are you being professional enough, instead of spending the time in showing and being more of you, because you are that uniqueness that people bring into you, then, you know, you're slowing down your process. So my message out for you today is to fuck the professional, be more of you. You are your professional. You get to define how professional you want to be in terms of what professional is to you. So I know in a service-based industry it's a little bit easier. With product-based, you know, you have certain, you know, you've got to have it delivered on a certain time. You know, you've got to have some professional systems set up, like tracking and postage and all that stuff. But as soon as you try to dilute what professionalism means to you, you can start then to dilute your brand message. So just be really aware of that. And for some of the new followers here who are on my page, and just a friendly reminder to the people who do follow me, you know, I talk a lot around mindset and how adopting the right mindset is the true driver of executing that fancy marketing and business plan. Like the simplicity of having very strong business foundations are really, really important. And so I like to talk about the overwhelmed family, that when you come into your own business, you know, I thought that it was going to be a little bit like spending, you know, doing a lot of lunches and having lattes, you know, but the reality is going out into your own business is the freaking hardest thing you'll ever bloody do. And no one tells you that when you go out into business, you get a new family. I call them this new family, that you literally move in to your bedroom, move into the shower, and frickin' spend intimate time with you. The overwhelmed family. And you know who I'm talking about. It's, you know, great aunt fear, frickin' sister self-sabotage. Breakfast and flat whites, totally. You know, sister self-sabotage, frickin' cousin, you know, procrastination, and you know, all these other things that turn up. Your cousin's self-belief, and frickin' worry Wendy. Like, literally, this family moves in. Now, the people who rise up and succeed are the ones who recognize that this family is here to stay and they ain't frickin' going anywhere. And that what you just learn to do is you just learn to spend less time with great aunt fear at breakfast. You spend less time with your sister sabotage before you go to bed at night. And it's hearing them. Hey, I hear you. It's great that you're here to look after me, family, but I'm going to be carrying on anyway. So you've got to acknowledge these feelings and then start to shift on with that imperfect action I always talk about. Because here's the thing. Have you ever tried to line up ducks? Yeah, I said that, line up ducks. You hear that phrase? Mate, get all your freaking ducks lined up. Well, I don't know about you, but ducks in a row will not stay lined up. So while you're waiting for all those things to be better, they're not going to. You have to be able to take the action around the barriers, around the ducks, and just see what you can get done despite the overwhelmed family being there. Now that doesn't mean some days you can't have a bad day, just that it's have a bad hour, don't have a bad week, because when you have the bad week, the knock-on effect, that momentum of all of that actually carries you, carries down the channel. Now, I've noticed this year just how quick a year goes. Like, a year is not long, people. So sometimes you can set yourself up with huge goals that you actually don't have the time to execute, or you miscalculate how much the overwhelmed family is going to take away from you in terms of like spending your time. So it's my message out to you guys today. You can't line your ducks up. Stop trying to be so bloody professional and just be more of you. And overwhelmed family, just hear them and then say cool, stop the conversation and carry on anyway. Imperfect action. Love you guys. Welcome to the page. There's a few new people here. Thank you for the old crew watching in, P and Camney. So cool to have you guys here. If you are looking for ways in which you can step up in your business and just make some of these moves, or you're just resonating with what I'm saying, I'd love for you to click on the booking link that I'm going to pop below, and you can get a little butt kick clarity session with me to see how you can go to the next level. Anyway, team, have an awesome day. See you freaking later.